want you guys to imagine for a second that one day when you're driving to school, you're just driving, and the next thing you know, you've been hit by a semi. And you wake up in the hospital the next day and realize that you can't move any part of your body. You're paralyzed. What would you do to be able to just feed yourself again, to take notes in class, or do all the things that we take for granted so easily? Recent studies and research have shown that stem cell therapy could potentially cure paralysis. This could help the everyday people that are in life-changing accidents, as well as the veterans that serve our country. Stem cell research has once again climbed to the topic of popular debate in our country because of recent studies and research. The issues I will be discussing with you today include the morality and ethics of stem cell research, the actual differentiability of stem cells, and whether or not this is a guaranteed cure. First, it is vital to understand the morality and ethics behind stem cell research. The people that understand and support stem cell therapy are the scientists, researchers, and doctors who every day see the cancer patients, the terminally ill, and the quadriplegics, and want to do whatever they can to make their life better and give them a new lease on life. There's a company in Switzerland called Cells for Health, and they are regulated and funded by the government. They conducted a trial with 162 paralysis patients. They had a 56.8 success rate in which these patients regained movement that they had lost due to accident or injury. 73.4% of these patients regained organ function that they had lost. One patient was in a car accident and he was paralyzed for 2 years. He received stem cell therapy and the next morning woke up and was able to move his hand and arm in a way that he hadn't been able to in 2 years. On the other hand, there are conservatives that believe that stem cell research is immoral and wrong. They believe this because of the way stem cells are obtained. In order to extract stem cells, you have to puncture the outer wall of an embryo and extract stem cells from the inner mass. This process kills the embryo. The conservatives believe that this is abortion and murder, and they don't think that this should be allowed because it is killing innocent babies. The next issue I'll be discussing is the actual differentiability of stem cells. Differentiability is both the great pro and the worst con of stem cells. Differentiability is the ability that stem cells have to turn into any cell in your body. For example, a heart cell, a nerve cell, or a skin cell. This is why stem cells are so useful and can be used for so many things, such as growing new organs, regenerating lost body tissue, or even helping to regrow a lost limb. Scientists are finding new ways every day to use stem cells for things that we couldn't even imagine before. They have not been able to put their new ideas through trials yet, but they believe that they can use stem cells to grow retinal tissue to cure blindness, to regrow spinal cord tissue to cure paralysis, and even slow degenerative diseases such as cancer, Parkinson's disease, or dementia. The con to differentiability is also the pro in a way, because stem cells can grow so fast and change so quickly. They can also take on mutations quickly, like cancer cells. This has caused a lot of issues, and the New York Times actually published a story on a man who went to Mexico to receive stem cell therapy and then came back to the United States. And his doctors found that a huge tumor had grown on the bottom of his spine, and the doctors were able to remove it, but they couldn't figure out how to stop those cells from growing because they had acquired a mutation that they had never seen before. Now that you understand the issue of differentiability, I will talk about whether or not stem cell research is a guaranteed cure. Whether or not it's a guaranteed cure, not all therapies and cures for diseases aren't going to 100% work for everyone every single time. But stem cell research, unlike cancer treatments such as radiation or chemotherapy, stem cell therapy doesn't harm or cause you to become sick. However, the 56.8% success rate in Switzerland is not enough to guarantee and warrant human clinical trials in the United States, but the National Institute of Health is considering reinstating trials in animals in the United States. In conclusion, you can see why there are so many issues. There's why stem cell research has once again climbed to the topic of popular debate. It has issues concerning its morals and ethics, its differentiability, and whether or not it is a guaranteed cure. It's important to put yourself in both sides of this argument and think about how you would feel if you knew stem cell therapy could help you walk, or someone you love help them to walk again. Or how do you feel thinking about babies that are being killed to save a sick elderly person? This issue has many complex intricacies that contribute to why it is such a big issue in our society today. Jake.
So you said in order to get the stem cells, they have to puncture the embryo, killing the embryo.
Yeah.
And the ones that they have used, where do they acquire those from?
It's kind of like abortion clinics. They had those, and I know that it's like if you donated a kidney or you donated your bone marrow, you get paid for that. But that's why they banned it in the United States, because it was a form of abortion that people were getting paid for.
How much is it for stem cell therapy?
I do not know the exact amount, but the patient that I talked about, I know someone who knows him. So, and I know that they had to do a lot of funding for that, and I think it was a couple $100,000. Logan?
You said that they have to extract the stem cells from embryos, but I've read that they can just use cultures to grow them.
Yes, they can do that, but the thing about that is it's not coming from a human. So there's a lot more problems that could come from that and mutations because it's not genuine. But at the same time, that would also be good because they could specifically just grow it for one type. They don't have to take a stem cell and change it. So that kind of is a pro and con in itself also.
How do insurance companies, do they even touch stem cells?
No, they don't. Like the boy who went to Switzerland to have his, they raised that money himself because the U.S. government, stem cell research is illegal in the United States. And most international companies are not regulated and funded by the government, and except for some in Europe, like Switzerland. Kayla.
So like you said, the guy ended up in a tumor because it didn't work. Are they able to remove it if it doesn't work?
Yes, they were able to remove it, or you mean the stem cells?
Yeah.
No, once they're in your body, they're a part of your body, and they grow and replicate, so they've already turned into a specific type of body cell.
All right, good job.